You take it. No. See? What's this? Oh. Okay, so sit here then. No, you don't. What is it? الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه وذريته وتسليما كثيرا أما بعد. I don't know why I've been put in this position to introduce the Shaykh, but actually it's like a nightmare for me. Because this auditorium reminds me of something. Or some time ago, I think it was approximately about 10 years ago, when I gave a lecture here, and there was a question asked by the audience, the position of men and women attending universities in America. What was the ruling in Islam? So since then, I mean, there was a big disagreement. So, and then I see these candles. I mean, I'm not getting married, nor is he.
How do you know?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if he's getting married or not, but I know I'm not. So, very nice. We thank you for this introduction. However, I'd like to, inshallah, introduce the Shaykh. And before I do that, I'd like to thank the City College administration, the Sisters Branch and the Brothers Branch, to have invited him. And I mentioned in our last class, I don't know all of you who were there in the Dawah class, it is rare to see in the colleges inviting speakers who, alhamdulillah, have authentic information and experience and of age. What I mean by age is that they've been in the dawah for a very long time and they are able to give proper understanding and the knowledge about the topic that they are speaking about. Because most of us tend to, there's this new thing that's going on, we need our own kind or our own age individuals to talk about Islam. We can relate to them or they can relate to us. Well, Islam is not about that. And it's very important to be next to the scholars and the students of knowledge, and especially those who are mature and elders, because we can learn a lot from them. So I want to congratulate the brothers and the sisters of that type of effort, and you should always continue to do that and try to invite those who are of position of knowledge, authentic understanding, and of experience. After saying that, Sheikh Muhammad Said Adly is one of the pioneers of the da'wah in this country, actually. Since the mid-70s, he's been doing the da'wah starting from New York City. And alhamdulillah, he has benefited many individuals like myself and others in coming closer to the da'wah of Islam. And if you ever get a chance to type in Google Muhammad Adly, you will see the slew of videos that he has. And alhamdulillah, he has produced certain booklets, and he is the Imam of Masjid in South Carolina, in Columbia, South Carolina. And alhamdulillah, he has done a lot of work in the da'wah field. So I don't want to, take much more of your time. However, I'd like you to be, inshallah, be patient with the knowledge. And what I mean by patient, sometimes we look for entertainment in our lectures. But we need to take more heed into the Quran and the Hadith and the understanding that comes from it in order that we may benefit for ourselves and for our families. So without any more delays, inshallah, brothers and sisters, I give you Sheikh Muhammad Said Adly.
Can you switch your seat?
Yes, I'll switch the seat. Actually, I'm going down.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. Praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He's the only one worthy of praise. I seek His help, His guidance, and His forgiveness. I believe in Him and I trust Him. I seek refuge on Almighty Allah from the evil of our passions. Indeed, whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides him to Al-Islam, no one can mislead him after Allah, and whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him astray, no one can guide him after Allah. I testify, O believers, that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah Rabbil Alameen, and I testify that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger and the seal of all the prophets. O Muslims, you must know that the best speech is the speech of Almighty Allah, which is the Quran. The best guidance is the course of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is his sunnah. The worst of all affairs is innovation and addition to the religion of Islam. Indeed, every addition to the religion of Islam will lead to hellfire. I adjure you as well as myself to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the best of your ability. Fear Allah and don't die unless you are in a state of Islam. After this, I greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. Do we have to say good morning America for people to wake up? Anybody awake? Anybody here? 2? 3? Sound good. I'm glad to be here because it brings some good memories to me when I used to come here about maybe 20, 30 years ago to give lectures here. But since now the distance, I used to come from Brooklyn to here, but now I have to come from Columbia, South Carolina to here. But inshallah, I hope that Allah will have it in my scale in the day of judgment and also will be in your scale. But before I start, I will ask the sisters kindly if they will allow me to turn this candle off. If you don't mind, I hate to hurt your feeling. I know you've been working hard for the last 20 minutes and the brothers were sitting barely. They did some effort, they came at least, but the sister usually do the work. And I'm scared that somebody will think that I'm a Sufi, okay? Or somebody that will think that this is part of our tradition as Muslims, okay? So I hope the sister did not feel bad about what I'm doing. I like the name of your lecture, Double D, although you did not give it this title, but this is what I call it, Double D, Deen and Dunya. And Brother Gawhar, he forgot to let you know that in case that you could not remember this long name, Muhammad said Adly, they call me MSA. I am the original, by the way. I am the original MSA. All this MSA of Canada and United States, they copycat. Because my name is Muhammad Sayyid Adly, born in 1949, so I was before the MSA of Canada and America. Nevertheless, I know time is very limited, and I like the title of your lecture, and believe it or not, with all these lectures and all these CDs and DVDs and books, never ever somebody asked me to give a lecture with this title. But it's something good that you thought about it. Because you understand it takes a new generation and young men and women to think about something. الشعب يريد تغيير النظام. So it's no problem. This is what we hear now on YouTube and everywhere. Everything that الشعب يريد تغيير النظام. It seems that some of you still taking a nap. They don't know what is going on, what this man talking about. Let's come to the lecture. Anybody here to hear the lecture? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 17, 50. This sounds good. Let's, before we talk about the double D, Deen and Dunya, look to the iPod that you're holding in your hand. And think a little bit for a second. Every fabricated thing and every made up, man-made thing, somebody made it. Somebody fabricated, somebody put it together. Okay? Even the mic in my hand. Now, to get the best usage of anything, okay, that you need to use it according what been fabricated or made for. Is this, can anybody agree with me about this? This is 1, 1.5, make it 2. Okay. A person who fabricate or made something, he know about it more than anybody else. Anybody would like to agree with me? It's a free country, free speech, you can disagree. How many people disagree? Good, everybody. Because if you're quiet, that means you disagree. All right. So when you take the mic and they try to use it as a hammer, because there is a nail in the chair, you know what's going to happen to this mic. The next person come to give a lecture, the mic is not going to be working. Why? Because he did not use the mic for what been made for. Will anybody willing to agree about it? Oh, mashallah. Oh, because your father is Gawhar and I'm your guest, so now you agree with me. What about these other people? So if we're talking about iPod, about mic, about a camera, anything, we say that it have to be somebody who made it. And the person who did it, he will know about it more than anyone else. And for the user itself to use it, if he use it for what designated for, he will get the best usage. Is this correct? We're talking about dunya. What is dunya? Hayat dunya. This life. What is hayat dunya? Trees, mountains, men, women, money, cars. All this is the dunya and hayat dunya. This temporary life. When you and me, and he and she, even it, when they came to this life, they found this life. Is it? So you didn't make this life. You did not create this life. It have to be a maker for this life. Is this true? And if we design things for a purpose, that the creator or the maker of this life, he know better why this life is here and how we can get the best usage of it. You agree? You see, 1 + 1 = 5. We have to agree about some principles. 1 + 1 = what? Okay, does this sound good? So 1 + 1 = 2. If we can agree about these principles, that the knife is to cut the apple with, and the mic for you to use to magnify your voice, and the camera to take a picture, and the TV is to monitor, and all these things. Now we can come to a common agreement between me and you, me as a speaker and you as a listener, me as a grandpa and you as sons, okay? Because I don't see any one of you here older than any of my sons or my daughters or maybe even some of my grandchildren. I only have 22 grandchildren. I'm not going to tell you how many kids because this will shock you and wake you up. But anyway, the issue is, so since we agree that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the creator of life, and everything in this life. So why we don't ask Allah, what is this life for? And what is the purpose of our existence? And how we can utilize this life? You don't want to use something and after this you get shot. The wire was not a earphone wire, it was electric wire. But because he ignorant about it, you thought any wire can be touched with the naked hand. So when you touch it, Jazakallah khair. When you touch it, you got shocked. Why? Because you did not understand. And if you ask, you will learn and you will know what is the proper way to touch a hot wire. Therefore, if we look to this life, this hayat al-dunya, which is part of it money, part of it degrees, part of it men and women, part of it is alcohol, food, drinks, part of it cars. What's this for? How we can use it? And what is our purpose here? What is our goal? Accumulate money? You're never going to stop. Because the Prophet ﷺ had received authentic information that لو كان لابن آدم واديان من ذهب لابتغى ثالثهما، أو لو كان لابن آدم واد من ذهب لابتغى ثانيهما، ولو كان لديه واديان من ذهب لابتغى ثالثهما ولا يملأ جوف ابن آدم إلا التراب. If son of Adam have one valley full of gold, he will wish for the second. Give him the second, he will wish for the third. Give him the third, never going to stop. The only thing will make you content or satisfied when you are in the grave. Dirt will be enough. So this is our nature that we've been created as insan. But when you want to transfer yourself from insan to be insan mu'min, a believer, now you will have a proper attitude towards money, women, cars, degrees, time, everything. So my dear respected brothers and sisters, to make it easy in you, each one of us have to wear the proper glasses and to look through it. This glass is called Islam. If you are not going to look to the dunya through Islam and through the ways that the one who designed life, you're going to be a loser. You have to understand this. So there is no problem for you to be living. It's no problem for you to utilize life. It's no problem for you to get the best usage of this life. Because believe it or not, Islam came to give you the goodness of this life before the hereafter. Islam did not come to deprive you. Remember this. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً. Or Islam came to say رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً. Or Islam came to say no حسنة. The dua of the believers according what in the book of Allah, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. Oh Allah, grant us the best and the good of this life first. So, and the best of the hereafter. Who going to tell me what is the best in the hereafter and you get a prize? Don't make sure now you students, you have a bachelor, you're going for master. If you get the wrong answer, you'll be in trouble. Let's go by green because Qaddafi made this David book called Green Book. Go ahead. Is this color green? MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar. It's very close, you got 97 plus. Okay? Yes, I accept this. Because the Prophet ﷺ is saying, إِذَا سَأَلْتُمُ اللَّهَ الْجَنَّةَ فَاسْأَلُوا الْفِرْدَوْسِ فَإِنَّهَا أَعْلَى الْجَنَّةِ وَوَسَطِ الْجَنَّةِ وَفَوْقَهَا عَرْشُ الرَّحْمَنِ. If you beg Allah for Jannah, beg for Al-Firdaus. Why? Because the midst of Jannah and the highest of Jannah and above it is the throne of Almighty Allah. What is the best enjoyment of the people of Jannah or the brown shirt? No, hold it. We said brown shirt. I'm sorry, I don't have your name. Go ahead.
To see the face of Allah.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. You absolutely right, and you got 99 plus. Okay? To see the face of Almighty Allah. وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة. Faces in that day will be lighting, brighten, happy. إلى ربها ناظرة. Looking and staring up to Allah. So Islam came to give you the best of this life even before the hereafter. So we have no problem with cars, my brothers. Which one you like? Jaguar? I didn't have one yet, but I don't care even for one. Wallah. Okay? There's nothing wrong to have a car, good car. There's nothing wrong to have a house with a swimming pool. Yes. It's no problem. It's no problem to have a jacuzzi inside the house. Don't start dreaming now, guys, okay? There's nothing wrong. The Prophet ﷺ, when he told the Sahaba, لا يدخل الجنة من كان في قلبه مثقال ذرة من كبر, what did the Sahaba say? He said, O Prophet of Allah, he's saying to them, none will enter Jannah if he have a weight of atom of arrogancy in his heart. So some of the Sahaba said, O Prophet of Allah, we like to have a nice thobe, in case you understand somebody see me and like me and propose to me. There's nothing wrong, by the way, for a woman to propose to a man. I know you don't know this, most of you, but don't tell anybody I told you about it. If you go, you tell your father, back home, you tell your father, oh, I like so-and-so, can I marry him? You know, you got to get slapped on the face. How you dare to say something like this? A man will come and knock and beg for you. You could not even mention it. But this is acceptable in Islam. Anyway, it's a lot of things I would like to talk to you about it, but we're still talking about the double D. So one of the Sahaba say, oh Prophet of Allah, would like to have a nice thobe, like to have a shiny shoe or whatever. Is this part of arrogancy? Is this will drop us from Jannah, deprive us? Say no. Inna Allah jamilun. Complete, please. Barakallahu feek. Wa alayk. And baraka fil jambat kaman. He said, indeed Allah is beautiful and Allah loves beauty. But arrogancy, batar al-haq wa ghamtun nas. Arrogancy is what? Rejection of the truth and looking down upon the people. There's nothing wrong, my brothers and sisters, to have a car, to have a house, okay? But how are you going to get it? And what you're going to do with it? And when you're going to get it? Wallahi, Islam tells us about everything from A to Z. I'm telling you, my brothers or my sons, my daughters, if you want the best of the dunya, take the deen. If you want the best of the akhirah, take the deen. If you want the best time in the grave, take the deen. If you want anything and the best of anything, hold to the deen. And the moment that you drop the deen, you had lost everything. So Islam did not came to deprive you from the dunya, but Islam came to organize it and to tell you when and how and why. Why we scared from the deen? Why we scared from Quran? Why we scared from Sunnah? Why we try to run away from the deen? Brother, I want to live, man. Hey, I want to understand, feel that I'm not too old like you, Sheikh Adly. Okay, I say I'm only 30 years, I'm 40 years, man. Let me enjoy life, man. When I be like you, I know you don't care about it now, all right? Yeah. If you want the best, hold the deen. Because the deen is the manual, okay? Is a catalog that will tell you how to use the mic if you're going to use a mic. If you use a camera, this is the proper catalog for it. If you use a TV, if you're using a laptop, so the same. Why? Because the maker of such elements, he knows better about it. So the creator of mankind, خلق الإنسان, is Allah. And the creator of al-hayat al-dunya is Allah. And the creator of the hereafter is Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Quran, قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ لَا شَرِيكَ لَهُ وَبِذَلِكَ أُمِرْتُ وَأَنَا أَوَّلُ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Say my prayer. Pay attention, my brothers. Like brother Abu Ismail, he told you have to have patience with he was looking for some entertainment. We tried to frost in the cake, but it seems that after working long days that you exhausted, guys. I've been up since 5 o'clock. I have to take 2 flights. I have to go through security, but I'm ready to go now. Not to go, that means I'm ready to lecture. But I see like some of you already, it's no problem. So, Allah is saying, say my prayer. Oh brother, we pray, we went to the mosque last week, so what? We don't want to know about prayer, so what? We want to know something about, can I go to medical school? Can I be, understand, a doctor? Can I be, understand, I want to be a star. Okay, what does star mean? I want you to understand to be a big singer, be a star. I want you to understand, be a musician. I want to be a designer, do women clothes and fashion, all these big things, big money. Everybody will know about me. My face will be in the magazine. Say my prayer, my sacrifice, my daily life. Even my death is for Allah and by Allah. There is nothing, my brothers, there is nothing, my sisters, that Islam doesn't talk about it. If it's a school, if it's education, if it's a discipline, if it's marriage, if name it. You know a Yahudi, anybody know what Yahudi is? Yeah, I see some Arab faces here, so you know what I'm talking about. A Yahudi said to Salman al-Farisi, لقد علمكم نبيكم صلى الله عليه وسلم كل شيء حتى الخراءة. He said your prophet taught you everything, even how to use the bathroom. Yahudi was making fun of Salman al-Farisi. Say yes, is this true? He didn't take it as an insult. He said, yeah, is this true? He taught us everything. And he told us that when we go to the bathroom, that we did not make istinja with less than 3 rocks. That we did not touch our private parts with our right hand. That we did not face the Qibla or turn our back to the Qibla. So the man was making fun of him, but he said, yeah, this is true. So what's this mean? Why somebody sitting in a city college talking about bathroom, that to let you know that your Deen talks about everything, even the mannerism of using the bathroom. There is nothing missing from the Deen. There is nothing called government and church. This is a Christian ideology. This is a modern way. But Islam have one unit. Okay? Islam doesn't have a split. You did not split your personality. You today, here in China, you look like a Chinese, and you go to America, you look like Japanese, or look like American, and if you go to Arabia, you're going to put this thing with the robe, and now you look like Arabian. No. Even if you go to the moon, you're going to be a Muslim. Brother, but I'm going to go with a beard also. Why not? Oh, because there is no barber shop there in the moon? No, how do you know this? Hey, somebody woke up. Good morning. Yeah, you, what's wrong? You mean you try to tell me that I can go in the moon? But if I go, you understand, with my beard to the moon, maybe you think I'm a terrorist and I'm going there to do something. There is nothing to do there. And by the way, nobody went to the moon yet. They fabricate the story. Believe it or not. Okay? Anyway. So, why would be scared from the deen? Why? Let me tell you about the beginning of the story, my brothers. Okay? Now, after the clash happened, and he got deceived, him and his wife, you know who I'm talking about, huh? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them to get out. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them, as well as the shaitan, قَالَ اهْبِطَا مِنْهَا جَمِيعًا. Get down, you all. Get out. Get out. بعضكم لبعض عدو فإما يأتينكم مني هدى فمن اتبع هداي فلا يضل ولا يشقى ومن أعرض عن ذكري فإن له معيشة ضنكا ونحشره يوم القيامة أعمى قال رب لم حشرتني أعمى وقد كنت بصيرا قال كذلك أتتك آياتنا فنسيتها وكذلك اليوم تنسى. My brothers, my sons, my daughters, I fear for you. Really. The same way Adam and Hawa been deceived by the shaitan. The animosity is still there. He got kicked out as well as the shaitan. But the shaitan feels that he been kicked out because Adam. Okay? He still has the animosity. So he's still behind us to get us straight, to go away from as-sirat al-mustaqim. So, I'm giving you advice till you learn. Don't be example for others, but learn from the mistakes of others. So, the mistake been done already. وَعَصَى آدَمُ رَبَّهُ فَغَوَى. And Adam had disobeyed his Lord and he gone astray. It happened. So we don't have to repeat the same experience. We don't have to go to the same wrong turn and we get a ticket. Believe me. So now the law is saying to you that what had happened to your parents can happen to you. But the safety and the security and the real insurance is what? فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى. That when my guidance, my teaching, my prophet, my messenger, my book come to you, فَمَنِ اتَّبَعَ هُدَايَ. This is the key point. Not those who have a degree in such and such. Nothing wrong to have a degree. Alright? Nothing wrong to have a master and you have a PhD and you be the dean of the student and you be the highest of all these things. But فَمَنِ اتَّبَعَ هُدَايَ. So there is guidance for you as a teacher, for you as a husband, for you as a mother, for you as a businessman, for whatever you want to do in this life. Islam says something about it. Why I'm going to put a dark glasses inside theater and there is no lights there. You can put sunglasses out in the street in a sunny day, not a cold day. But when to read a book, you can change the glasses. So we have one magnified glass can give you the proper reading for whatever you want to do. And if you have the proper reading, you will take the right turn. Or otherwise, you're taking the wrong turn. فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى. Whenever the guidance come to you, فَمَنِ اتَّبَعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا يَضِلُّ وَلَا يَشْقَى. لا يضل في هذه الحياة ولا يشقى في الآخرة. He doesn't go astray in this life and not to be a miserable life in the hereafter. We want the good of this life. We want the good of the hereafter. There is no way to take you to the goodness of this life or the hereafter, and both other through Islam. Say, brother, but which Islam are you talking about? Allah said one Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَنَّ هَذَا صِرَاطِي مُسْتَقِيمًا فَاتَّبِعُوهُ وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ فَتَفَرَّقَ بِكُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ. Indeed, this my way, this my sirat. Allah said sirat. He did not say surut. There is one sirat. Every day for those who make prayer among you, and inshallah I'm sure that most of you making prayer, and those who do not make prayer, we pray that inshallah they will be praying soon, okay? Every day a minimum of 17 times you say, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Guide us to as-sirat is a single. There is nothing called Arabian Islam, American Islam, and modified Islam, and social Islam, and you going in a circle, you beating around the bush, you going in a dead end. There is one thing called Sirat al-Mustaqim. What Allah revealed in His book, what the Prophet ﷺ had taught in his authentic sunnah, how the Sahaba, may Allah be pleased with them, understood it. This is the Deen. This is the Islam. And this is the only way to Allah. And you tell me about one thing, and I promise you, you will get a prize. But I did not have it with me. I can mail it to you. You give me your address. If you show me one single thing in this life or in your life, Islam doesn't say anything about it. Never accuse Islam. Accuse yourself that you're ignorant, you are not educated enough to know about Islam. Islam came to give you the good of this life, the best of this life. How you can get there, follow the recipe. This is it. But you don't know to make a cake. You don't know how to cook molokhia. By the way, the correct name is molokhia. Okay, because this was the food of the king Farouk in Egypt. Okay, Egyptian people could not eat it, so it was molokhia. But when they kicked the make revolution and kicked the Malik Farouk, and now they brought, you understand, whatever, and after this everybody was able to eat, so it became molokhia. So the public now can eat it. Alright? So if you don't know how to cook molokhia, and you go through the whole America, you tell them, do you have molokhia? Nobody know what you're talking about. And after this you go get the Spanish and assume it's molokhia, and after this you put butter on it and you stick it in the oven. It's not ever going to be molokhia. So all what I'm asking you, can you read the recipe? Can you do it according to the recipe? You will get the best meal. You will get a lasagna, not only molokhia. Why I'm saying lasagna? Because my wife is the best in all America, okay, that make a lasagna. Because she have part of her Spanish and part, Italian, and part of it American. So she get all the 3-in-1. You know the 3-in-1 and 1-in-3? So she gets this thing. She used to be 3-in-1 and 1-in-3, okay, about 35 years ago. So she does the best lasagna in the whole United States, man. Yeah. Okay? If you want it, you drive for 16 hours, you come there to Columbia, South Carolina, and we may give you a piece of lasagna. We only cook it in Ramadan, and the whole mosque, they will be lined up after iftar so they can eat lasagna. So we say there is a recipe for you if you choose to be a Muslim and you want to be the best of this life and the hereafter. Let's look to something as example. What do you want? You want money? Because what is the hayat al-dunya? What is the hayat al-dunya? If somebody asks you what is the hayat al-dunya, not the definition, but hayat al-dunya, that means this is the first, and that means there is an akhirah. Or that this is a temporary life. Or that al-hayat al-dunya, that dani is lower, and there is a higher life. I'm not asking you about definition. What's the reality of dunya? What is the dunya? Deen and Dunya, double D is the first. This is a capital D and this is small d. I'm sure it used to be capital D means Deen, but now things have changed, you understand? Brother, we in America, brother, okay? Wake up. We in America, so capital D now for Dunya and small d, small one, okay? This is for Deen, alright? Yeah. So, money, let's talk about money. Money? I want to have money. And by the way, don't tell me that all these people who study and want to be this and that because they love knowledge or they love science and discovery. Come on, man, give me a break. This not. You want to have a nice office, nice house. You want the money. Most of the people go to schools because money. Whatever that will bring a better status in the society, bring $1, I'll go after it. But you really, guess what? After you get your degree, do you open a book after this? Do you study? No, you study because you get the degree. You got the office, they say. So, we want the money. Was Islam against money? No. Look, even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying what? فَإِذَا قُضِيَتِ الصَّلَاةُ فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. Jum'ah, we don't have something called holiday. So Jum'ah, today Jum'ah, close all the offices, close all the stores, don't go to the mosque, don't go, don't go, of course, everyone. No. Allah said, إِذَا نُودِيَ لِلصَّلَاةِ مِنْ يَوْمِ الْجُمْعَةِ فَاسْعَوْا إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَذَرُوا الْبَيْعَ. Subhanallah. Beautiful deen. He said, if the adhan, even he gave it to the last moment. If you want to be a good Muslim, you go early. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows that some of us, shaky-wakey, okay, half-time, part-time Muslims, but He said, إِذَا نُودِيَ لِلصَّلَاةِ مِنْ يَوْمِ الْجُمْعَةِ. Now it's time obligatory, and it's time for you now to shut this business and office and even school. You could not have a lecture during time of Jum'ah. You could not sell anything or buy during Jum'ah. Otherwise, this is haram dollar. Even if he's selling pizza, halal pizza, New York pizza. My kids, they ask me, are you going to New York? You can get me New York pizza because they like New York pizza. But doesn't matter what he's selling. He said, إِذَا نُودِيَ لِلصَّلَاةِ مِنْ يَوْمِ الْجُمْعَةِ فَاسْعَوْا إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَذَرُوا الْبَيْعَ. When is the adhan proclaimed for Jum'ah, leave all kind of occupation and go to the remembrance of Allah. So after this, he said, فَإِذَا قُضِيَتِ الصَّلَاةِ فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. When the salah is over now, go disperse in the earth. وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. Go earn dollars. No problem. It's no problem. نِعْمَ الْمَالُ الصَّالِحِ لِلْعَبْدِ الصَّالِحِ. Blessed, rich person. Wealth for a righteous man. Because wealth, it can be danger. It can be a serious killing for you. And you can see a lot of people, so-called stars, money kills them. Fame had kills them. Actually, they commit suicide. Okay? So what we're saying, if you want money, Islam say yes, you can have money. But Islam said you could not steal. You could not deceive. You could not sell certain things. You could not deal with usury. So Islam make a restriction about certain things. So what Islam is doing. Brother, man, it's a big fitna, man. I'm in New York and all these things. I'm in the campus there and summer coming and all these girls there, you understand? Okay, so oh brother, okay. So what? It's a Hadi Dunya, man. Yes. Islam doesn't have a problem with sex. But Islam said, yes. What? You want to fulfill desire? It's no problem. You can. But Islam saying, there is no boyfriend, there is no girlfriend, there is no dating, there is some restriction. Shaping it, fixing it. Because marriage itself has an institution and have rights and responsibility. So Islam never told you you don't have sex, but he said that have it in halal. Oh, even Islam saying that وَفِي بِضْعِ أَحَدِكُمْ صَدَقَةٌ. Tell me about any other ideology or deen tells you something like this. وَفِي بِضْعِ أَحَدِكُمْ صَدَقَةٌ. And one is you coming to his family, sleeping with his wife is a charity for him. The Sahaba said, "O Prophet of Allah, one of us fulfilling his desire and getting a charity, getting a reward." Subhanallah. See the beauty of Islam. "O Prophet of Allah, fulfilling my desire and getting a reward He said, what about if somebody fulfills his desire in haram? Girlfriend, boyfriend, dating, he is a... Say, alayhi wizr. Is it sin? He said, yes. He said, so if he fulfill it in the proper way, he will get a reward. Is this not part of Hayat Dunya? Hayat Dunya. What is else Hayat Dunya? What? You need a ride? Sure, you can have a ride. Get a car, that nice one. Why not? There is no problem. Okay? وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا إِنَّكَ لَن تَخْرِقَ الْأَرْضَ وَلَن تَبْلُغَ الْجِبَالَ طُولًا. Don't now get it and open what you call this, the hood or whatever it is. Because summer now, and after this, you turn this music so loud, boom, 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 and you sit down there. If it comes in a traffic light, you go, ah! And after this, you feel like يا أرض تهدي ما عليك أدي. Okay? Say like he feels that he's, all right? Yeah. But a Muslim comes, they understand and start, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Subhana alladhi sakhara lana hada, wa ma kunna lahu muqrinin, wa inna ila rabbina lamunqalibun. Subhanaka inni zalamtu nafsi faghfir li fa innahu la yaghfiru adh-dhunuba illa ant. You remember Allah even cranked your car because He's the one. Oh, praise be to Allah who has subjected this for our own use.